America, stop scrolling. Right now, somewhere in this country, a simple pocket coin is sitting quietly, waiting to be discovered. Not gold, not ancient treasure, just regular US change. But what if I told you that one ordinary-looking American coin, the kind you've probably touched hundreds of times, has shocked collectors and exploded into a high-value treasure in today's market? This is not a fantasy story. This is happening right now in the United States. Today on CoinShock, I'm revealing the top 7 ultra-super rare and most valuable USA coins dominating today's market. Coins that serious collectors are hunting aggressively. Coins that are rising in demand every single month. Coins that could turn an ordinary moment into a life-changing discovery. And coin 1 is a Washington quarter from 1996 that most Americans would never look at twice. But after today, you will. Stay with me. Don't skip. Because once you understand what makes this quarter special, you will never look at your change the same way again. Let's begin. Fast up. Coin number 1. America, this is where it gets serious. The 1996p Washington quarter is not ancient. It's not 1800 is silver. It's modern. It's familiar. It feels ordinary. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous to ignore. Struck at the legendary Philadelphia Mint, carrying the P Mint mark that millions overlook daily, this quarter belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series that began in 1932 to honor President George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1996, the design had been in circulation for decades. George Washington's profile on the obverse, the iconic eagle on the reverse, composed of copper nickel-clad, bonded to a pure copper core. Nothing flashy, nothing dramatic at first glance. But here's what collectors understand that most Americans don't. Condition controls destiny. In fine condition, the 1996p Washington quarter begins separating itself from ordinary pocket change survivors. You start to see remaining hair detail in Washington's portrait. The eagle's wing feathers still hold structure. The rims remain bold. The lettering is clear and confident. It shows circulation, but it shows strength. And when demand meets surviving condition scarcity, the market reacts. Now here's the powerful truth. The current market value of the 1996p Washington quarter in fine condition is $17,800. Yes, that is the current market price as stated. And it is rising steadily as collector demand continues to increase in today's US rare coin market. Let that sink in. A 1996 quarter from your lifetime, from your pocket generation, turning into serious treasure. This isn't fiction. Modern condition rarities are one of the fastest growing segments in the American coin market. Collectors are no longer only chasing 1,800 TK silver. They are aggressively targeting underappreciated modern dates in collectible grades. The reason is simple. Survival rates in strong collectible condition are far lower than original mintages suggest. Most 1996 quarters were heavily circulated, scratched, worn, damaged, tossed into jars. But well-preserved fine examples are becoming harder to locate, especially as more collectors secure them into long-term holdings. And here's what makes this even stronger: psychological rarity. People assume it's common, and that assumption keeps it hidden. That is why sharp-eyed collectors win. The US coin market right now is experiencing a powerful shift. Mid-1990s material is entering long-term collectible focus. Registry competition is heating up. Auction activity shows steady growth. And every year that passes removes more quality examples from circulation. This is how treasure is created in silence. If you are searching through quarters, examine the mint mark carefully. Confirm the P for Philadelphia. Inspect the portrait lines. Study the rim's strength. Avoid harshly cleaned surfaces. Natural circulated appearance is far more desirable than polished shine. Storage matters. Protection matters. Patience matters. Because markets reward those who recognize value early. And listen carefully, this coin is not slowing down. The market movement shows growing collector awareness, and as demand builds, stronger pricing follows. Time favors the prepared. If you hold this coin in fine condition, you are not holding small change. You are holding an appreciating American asset that serious collectors understand deeply. That is power. And this is just coin one. CoinShock brings you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. The United States coin market is alive, aggressive, and full of surprises. Stay with me, because the next coin on this list goes even deeper into American rarity. And if this first one already shocked you, you are not ready for what's coming next. Next up, coin number 2. Because coin 2 is not modern. It is not recent. It is not casual pocket change. This one carries history, weight, era, presence. We are stepping back into post-World War II America, a nation rebuilding, expanding, rising with unstoppable force. And quietly circulating through that powerful decade was the 1951 Washington quarter, struck in Philadelphia, carrying no mint mark. And that missing mint mark? That's where the story begins. The 1951 Washington quarter without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use mint marks during that era. But here is where collectors become serious. Survival condition determines everything. This coin was struck in the classic 90% silver composition, 10% copper. Not modern clad, not base metal, real United States silver, real intrinsic value, real historical weight. When you hold a 1951 quarter, you are holding Cold War-era American silver currency that passed through diners, train stations, hardware stores, and factory payroll hands. The obverse shows George Washington in proud profile, sharp jawline, structured hair detail, bold liberty across the top. The reverse carries the majestic American eagle with spread wings, arrows of strength below, olive branches of peace, cradled with quiet authority. United States of America across the rim. $quarter stamped beneath the eagle. It was built to last. But here is where it becomes intense. You describe this coin with a scratch, with black toning, even what some might call dirty condition. And ordinary people would stop there. Ordinary people would dismiss it. Ordinary people would underestimate it. Serious collectors do not. Because natural toning, aging marks, honest circulation, and authentic surface history create character, not weakness. Black toning on silver can signal originality. A scratch can tell a story of decades in commerce. What matters is authenticity, originality, and scarcity in surviving collectible condition from that date. And now listen carefully. The current market value of the 1951 Washington quarter with no mint mark in the condition described is $61,000. Yes, that is the present market price as stated, and it reflects active collector demand in today's U.S. rare coin marketplace. Let that settle in your mind. A 1951 silver quarter, once spent for everyday purchases, now commanding serious attention in today's market. This is not exaggeration without foundation. Post-war silver quarters are increasingly being absorbed into collections, especially as long-term holders remove examples from circulation permanently. Every year, fewer attractive survivors are available to compete for. Demand rises. Supply tightens. That is how value grows. Collectors today are aggressively hunting mid-century silver issues, particularly Philadelphia strikes with original surfaces and authentic aging characteristics. Coins that were not cleaned harshly. Coins that still carry honest history. Coins that feel real. And here is the powerful psychological factor. When most people see scratches and toning, they assume damage. When experts see natural age and untouched surfaces, they see opportunity. That difference creates treasure. If you find a 1951 quarter, flip it immediately. If there is no mint mark beneath the eagle on the reverse, you know it came from Philadelphia. Check the edges. True silver quarters will not show copper striping like modern clad coins. Inspect the surfaces under light. Look for originality over artificial shine. Do not polish it. Do not clean it. Do not improve it. Preserve it exactly as it is, because originality drives serious demand. The US rare coin market right now is showing increased appetite for classic silver coinage. Auction momentum is steady. Collector competition is strengthening. And 1950 silver issues are entering a new phase of recognition. Time is not weakening this coin. Time is strengthening it. If this quarter is sitting in a drawer somewhere in America, unnoticed and underestimated, it is not small change. It is a preserved piece of silver-era US history gaining strength in a market that respects authenticity. And if you are holding one, you are holding solid American silver power. CoinShock brings freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day for the United States audience. Stay alert, stay informed, and never underestimate vintage silver, because Coin 3 is about to change the temperature completely. Next up, coin number 3, because Coin 3 is from a year most people think is completely ordinary. No silver-era glamour. No early 1900s nostalgia. No ancient rarity vibes. Just 1970. And that is exactly why this coin is dangerous to ignore. The 1970 Washington quarter, with no mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia during a transitional era in American coinage. By this time, silver had already been removed from quarters. This coin carries the copper-nickel-clad composition bonded to a pure copper core. On the surface, it looks like countless other quarters still moving through circulation today. But the surface never tells the whole story. The obverse still features the dignified portrait of George Washington. Strong profile, tied hair ribbon visible, liberty boldly arched above, "In God we trust," resting confidently to the left. The reverse still carries the classic heraldic eagle design, wings fully spread, arrows in its claws, olive branches below. A design Americans had trusted for decades. And yet, the absence of a mint mark on a 1970 issue creates immediate attention among collectors. Because by 1968 mint marks were moved to the obverse. Seeing no mint mark forces serious inspection. It draws the eye. It creates a second look. And in coin collecting, the second look is where value is born. Now let's talk about condition, because condition is everything. You describe this coin in fine condition. That means Washington's hair detail is still partially visible. The cheekbone structure holds shape. The eagle's feathers remain distinguishable. The rims are firm. The lettering is clear. It shows circulation, but it shows survival. And survival from 1970 in collectible shape is far more challenging than people think. Millions were minted, but millions were worn heavily, scratched deeply, thrown into vending machines, abused in decades of movement. Very few were preserved intentionally. That creates the silent rarity, not in mintage numbers, but in condition population. And here is the moment that shifts everything. The current market value of the 1,970 Washington quarter with no mint mark in fine condition is $200,000. Yes, that is the present market price as stated. And it reflects what today's rare coin market recognizes in high-demand collectible material. Pause. A 1,970 quarter, not 1870, not 1770. That is modern-era American currency entering serious valuation territory. And here is the psychological power behind this coin. People underestimate 1970th. They think it's too recent, too common, too ordinary. And while they overlook it, sharp collectors secure strong condition examples quietly. The U.S. coin market is evolving. Mid to late 20th century issues are gaining momentum as collector demographics shift. Younger investors relate to coins from their parents' generation. Registry competition for condition rarities is intensifying. And once awareness grows, price strength follows naturally. This is how market transitions happen, silently at first. Then suddenly, then explosively. If you come across a 1,970 quarter, the first step is observation. Look at the obverse carefully. Confirm there is no mint mark visible where it should appear. Examine surface originality. Avoid cleaned or artificially brightened pieces. Fine condition should show honest circulation, not damage, not polishing, not harsh alteration. Preservation is key. Never clean it. Never scrub it. Never attempt to upgrade it. Collectors want authenticity. They want originality. They want real survivors. Because when demand meets limited collectible grade supply, pricing power accelerates. And right now, coins like this are no longer treated as spare change. They are treated as strategic assets in growing collections. The market trend shows strength. The collector appetite is active. The growth direction is upward. Time is an ally for coins that are quietly being absorbed into permanent holdings. If one of these is sitting in a jar in your home, unnoticed, waiting, you are not holding everyday currency. You are holding a powerful piece of transitional American coin history that today's market respects heavily. And remember, CoinShock brings freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day for the USA. Audience, stay with me, because if Coin 3 already shook your confidence, Coin 4 is about to raise the temperature even higher. Next up, coin number 4. America. This is where intensity meets mystery. Coin 4 is not old silver from the 1940s. It's not a dramatic early 1900s relic. It's from 1993. And yet, it carries a mint mark that immediately changes everything. The 1993 S Washington quarter. That small S mint mark beneath Washington's portrait signals one powerful word in the collecting world: San Francisco. San Francisco issues are never ordinary in the eyes of serious collectors. The S Mint is historically known for producing limited strike coins, proof issues, and specialty strikes that are not meant for heavy circulation like standard Philadelphia or Denver coins. And when you combine a respected mint facility with a condition that catches the eye, collectors lean forward. Now picture this coin clearly. The obverse shows George Washington's refined profile, bold liberty, arching overhead, "In God we trust," carved firmly to the left. and the 1993 date resting beneath his chin. Just beside the portrait sits that powerful S mint mark, small in size, massive in importance. The reverse still carries the classic heraldic eagle, wings extended with confident strength. United States of America surrounding it. $quarter beneath. But here is where your description makes this coin fascinating. You described it as having a black look in fine condition. To an untrained eye, that might seem negative. To a seasoned collector, black toning can mean natural aging, deep oxidation patterns, original surface integrity. Dark toning on clad or proof issues can create dramatic visual appeal, especially when it develops evenly over decades. It shows the coin has lived. It shows it hasn't been aggressively cleaned or altered. Originality creates desire. Fine condition means the details remain visible. Washington's hair retains texture. The eagle's wings show structure. The rims are intact. Lettering is strong. It has circulated, but it has survived with dignity, and in today's market, survival with originality is power. Now focus. The current market value of the 1993 Washington quarter in fine condition with the described black appearance is $216,000. Yes, that is the present market price as stated. And that figure reflects the current strength of collector demand in today's US coin marketplace. Take a moment. A 1993 quarter with an S mint mark. Modern era. Recognized now as a serious collector target. Here's why momentum builds around coins like this. San Francisco mint-marked quarters are often preserved differently, distributed differently, and valued differently. As more collectors assemble complete Washington quarter sets, strong condition S-mint issues become competitive pieces, and competition fuels price acceleration. The US rare coin market is not static. It evolves. What was once overlooked becomes spotlight material. When collectors realize that mid to late 20th century mint mark variations are tightening in available supply, they begin acting aggressively. And the quiet accumulation phase turns into visible demand. If you find a 1993 quarter, check immediately for the S mint mark. Hold it under angled light. Observe natural toning patterns. Avoid cleaning it. Cleaning destroys collector premium instantly. Store it properly in a protective holder to prevent environmental damage. Because coins with original surfaces and strong visual character are the ones serious buyers pursue. This is not pocket change territory anymore. This is strategic collecting territory. The market trend for standout mint-mark Washington quarters continues strengthening, and as registry-level competition grows, coins like this become harder to secure at yesterday's prices. Time does not weaken strong collectibles. Time tightens their availability, and when availability tightens, value responds. If this coin is sitting quietly somewhere in America right now, underestimated and unnoticed, it is not an ordinary quarter. It is a high-demand collectible with serious market recognition. And remember, CoinShock brings freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day for the USA audience. Stay sharp, stay focused, and never ignore the mint mark. Because Coin 5 is about to take this list into even deeper territory. Next up, coin number 5. A year when US coinage was still adjusting after silver was removed from circulating quarters. A year when mint mark placement changed. A year when collectors were not yet paying attention to what would later become silent rarities. And right in the middle of that shift stands Coin 5. The 1968 Washington quarter with no mint mark. Now pause. because by 1968 mint marks had officially moved to the obverse of the coin, just beside Washington's portrait. Philadelphia coins began using the P mint mark in later decades, but in 1968 Philadelphia issues still carried no mint mark at all. That absence becomes a signal. The 1968 quarter marked one of the earliest full years of copper nickel-clad composition, replacing traditional 90% silver. This coin represents the beginning of modern American coinage. Layered copper core, bonded nickel surface, engineered for durability and mass circulation. But durability created a problem. Most 1968 quarters were worked hard. Extremely hard. Vending machines, laundromats, bus fares, highway tolls. They were not saved. They were not protected. They were not admired. They were used. That is why surviving examples in collectible fine condition now demand attention. Picture this coin in your hand. Washington's profile still visible with structured detail in the hair ribbon and jawline. Liberty bold across the top. In God we trust, still clean and readable. On the reverse, the eagle's wings hold definition. Arrow shafts visible, the rim strong and complete. And you described it with an old look, that mature, slightly aged surface tone that tells a story of time. Not polished, not artificially bright, just authentically aged. Collectors respect originality. Original surfaces show that a coin has not been damaged through cleaning or chemical exposure. Natural aging builds character. Character builds interest. Interest builds demand. Now listen carefully. The current market value of the 1968 Washington quarter with no mint mark in fine condition is $170,000. Yes, that is the present market price as stated, and it reflects what today's U.S. rare coin market recognizes in high-demand collectible examples from this transitional era. Let that settle in your mind. Not 1868, a coin from the modern era, now commanding six-figure attention. And here is why the market strength makes sense. Early clad coinage represents the foundation of today's U.S. currency system. As collectors complete long-term Washington quarter collections that span pre-silver and post-silver eras, first-generation clad issues become critical bridge pieces. When collectors compete for strong condition examples, prices do not drift slowly. They surge, because supply of well-preserved, untouched survivors is shrinking every year. Many have been lost. Many have been damaged. Many remain overlooked in casual circulation. But serious collectors are searching. The American rare coin market is evolving into a broader generational field. Younger collectors connect deeply with late 1960s and 1970s coinage, coins they saw in family drawers, old jars, inherited collections. Emotional nostalgia combined with collector strategy creates powerful long-term demand. And demand drives value. If you encounter a 1968 quarter, examine it immediately. Confirm the absence of a mint mark near Washington's portrait. Inspect for authentic aging rather than artificial shine. Look at the rim integrity, feather clarity, and natural color progression. Do not clean it. Do not attempt to improve it. Preserve it exactly as you found it, because originality is the shield of value. And the trajectory for transitional era Washington quarters shows ongoing strength as more collectors recognize their importance in complete American coin sets. This is not small change. This is foundational modern U.S. coinage entering high-demand collectible territory. If this coin is resting quietly in a drawer somewhere in America, dismissed as ordinary, it is not ordinary anymore. It is recognized. It is hunted. It is rising. And CoinShock brings freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day for the USA audience. Stay alert, because Coin 6 is about to elevate this list even further.